We're a long time ago, we were in the 20th century, probably like 30s or 40s or something. The Canton, the poem is about the Canton section of Baltimore. That's the section east of Fells Point, on the waterfront and a little bit back. There used to be a bunch of factories there. There's a railroad that serves the area that was done by the development company. Two of those locomotives have major history with Virginia African American history. One of them is Canton 32, which is on display at the B&O Museum. I've done a poem of the history of that one. That one had a period of years, almost 20 years, working at the, owned by Bethlehem Steel, in between ownership of Canton Railroad. Henrietta Lax's husband worked there while that locomotive was used at Sparrows Point. He worked there from like 42 to late 70s, early 80s, and for like 6 years, 1955 to 1961, 62, the little SW1 switcher that's at Steamtown in Pennsylvania, been there since 2015, National Park Service. That was the only diesel switcher at the Broad Street Station, now the Science Museum. That handled train staff by Pullman porters and the troop trains, including troop trains of African American soldiers during World War II. So yeah, here's a poem of the Canton area. The little streets of Canton, I like to wander there, dipping with them to the docks that flourish everywhere. The little streets where sailors, when sailing was so fine, came up to spend a little while awaiting for the line. A chandler has this building, a man of junk has that. A sailor's boarding house across the street, in like a hat. The little streets of Canton and Canton Hollows too, and ships anchor from the storms. I love to visit you. New piers and great improvements, but in the old salt way, the little streets of Canton are like yesterday. A dip down to the basin, a dock where pungies lie, a schooner waiting for a tow, and the Chesapeake nearby.
Woo!